Hi, I'm Jeff Turnahoy, Head of America's Research at Lipper, and today I'm joined by Jason Subotky, Senior Vice President and Portfolio Manager of the Yacktman Focus Fund. Thanks for joining me, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
Jason, let's talk about your fund. Give us some idea about the strategy behind it.
Well, the core strategy is we invest for risk-averse, long-term patient shareholders. And we're trying to compound money at acceptable rates of return. We're not very oriented towards tracking a benchmark over short periods of time, but more focused on how we manage risk and we achieve opportunities over the long term.
Okay. Would you describe that as more of a top-down or bottom-up approach?
We're very bottom-up. We're very focused on each individual security, the merits, how you can manage risk by owning it. And then we do spend a lot of time getting portfolio diversification as much as we can, but it's all about what the merits are of each individual investment that goes in the portfolio.
Okay. Now, the stock market has done very well to start the year. Do you think that's likely to continue?
Well, we don't really know what the short-term direction of the market's going to be. We're always, again, focused on how individual companies and individual investments can do. And so we're not too concerned, but we think the portfolio is extremely well positioned. We have lots of quality, lots of very well-known, high-quality, dominant businesses. And so we're very optimistic about what the portfolio can do over time. We don't think that the current pace will continue, though.
Okay.
It's been pretty aggressive return of up 8%, 9% in just 9 weeks.
Well, having said that, is it still a good time to find good stocks out there?
We find new opportunities selectively. Much easier in a market environment like 08, 09 to bargain hunt, but it's still a good climate to find some high-quality businesses have actually been left behind in the rally, and so we selectively find new opportunities. And even regardless of the overall level of the market, you can often find good companies that are going out of favor temporarily, and the valuation can be attractive.
Okay. Are there particular sectors maybe that you have a keen eye on right now?
We have probably 4 major sectors that we like, but I would say the primary one would be consumer staples. And most of the rationale is that a lot of these companies are really consistent and predictable, which is very important in a world where we think there are a lot of risks and unpredictability out there. And then on top of that, the valuation is very compelling. Many of these stocks have been left behind as the rebound has happened in the last few years. And so we have big positions in companies like Procter & Gamble and Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Clorox.
Okay, real captains of industry then.
Huge market share, dominant presence, most have a very good global footprint, and most importantly, real good resilience in case the economy gets more difficult.
Okay. Given that you own a lot of these captains of industry, do you find your portfolio more appropriate for the conservative or aggressive investor?
Well, we think that we're appropriate for investors that judge us over a long time horizon and are much more benchmark independent. And we can fit all styles, I think, of investor, but really we emphasize patience and less benchmark orientation in the short term.
Okay. Do you think the current rate of volatility is likely to stay where it's at, or maybe we're going to see a little bit of a little frothiness in the market?
We hope to see a pickup in volatility. Volatility usually creates bargains for us.
Okay.
So we like bargain hunting environments with more volatility, but it's conceivable you could have low volatility for some time.
Okay. You've been with the firm for quite a while now. What can you attribute your long-term success to?
I think it's the quality of the team, the strong approach, our discipline. Our firm's now more than 20 years old, and we've had the same approach for all that time. We really have a good focus. We only have one overall real investment style, which is this large cap U.S. value orientation. We have different levels of concentration that we manage, but it's the same style. And I think it's the skill, patience, and discipline of the investment team. We think that the kind of results we've achieved historically over time, given the same kind of focus, we'll be able to also continue to have success over the next 10 or 20 years.
Thanks for joining me, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
On behalf of Yacktman and Lipper, I'm Jeff Turnahoy. Thanks for watching.